Hello, welcome back to my channel. How are you all? So today is manhwa talk about My Dad is Too Strong. That's the manhwa that I just finished reading. Well, it's still ongoing, but I'm up until chapter 183. So that's the latest chapter that I had. And about these manhwas, you can just Google them. I'm not gonna point to any kind of sites or directions. You can just Google them where to read and stuff, and that's just the agreement of the manhwa and manga and manhwa community on the internet, it seems. So I'm just gonna adhere to that rulings or unwritten ruling. Anyway, so my review for my Dad is Too Strong is good. Is about maybe 4 out of 5, to be honest, because but there is a genre switch after maybe after the 100th episodes, like after the 100th chapter. So after about maybe 110, 120 chapters, the genre switch. In the beginning, most of it is like solo leveling, so you're ranking up. Well, kind of. The whole story started with he basically switch to a different universe, and then in that universe, in the Murim universe, he became like the demon lord. So he became like the top dog, and then suddenly he got back to earth and then had to resume his ordinary life, and he just wanted to live an ordinary life. And in that process, he gained family. He gained like a human family, a human daughter, which was really emphasized on in the beginning, which why I think the name of the manhwa is My Dad is Too Strong, is because she's the daughter and she's basically saying my dad is too strong. But eventually, like, other characters kind of join the family, like a dragon and then another dragon, and then now like there is a deity joined in. So there, and then so by these characters joining like the storyline, the genre of the manhwa changed from a fighting genre to a family genre a lot more. The focus from previously his job is trying to help ranking people like fighters to get their ranking up or get their um, rift closed up by fighting the boss and stuff. You only understand this if you know like what manhwa I'm talking about. If you're just a regular watcher for my chatty corner talk, you can skip this particular videos. By the way, this is very niche. Um, and so after a while, all that business, basically like helping people out, like his office job, his colleagues, everything just disappeared. It's all just about his family and his like the characters that he basically gathered throughout like the whole story, throughout the whole manhwa. And it all is just focused on that now. So in the last like maybe 40 chapters, or last like, by the time it's 183 chapters, I definitely don't see any trace of his work colleague or any type of thing. It's just very domesticated. It's just purely just about his family, and even like the human family is gone. Like his daughter is not even existing anymore. By well, his she's still around, but it's just like very much in the background. The focus is much more about the central plains, in the and about the monsters and about the the mystical family that he gathered basically. So I like it. I like the progression of it. Like, it didn't really change rapidly, it changed gradually. So, and it's comical and it stays really light. It's not heavy at all. There is no heaviness, which I probably like, because I think even though I'm drawn to a lot of raising children type of genre, manhwa, most of them I am attracted because there was a lot of like abandonment issues, abuse, and a lot of revenge. And so it's very personal to me, and it makes me feel like emotional, and I cried a lot when I read all of those things, starting from last year actually. And it definitely made me feel like cathartic and healing and stuff. But this particular manhwa, It's not like that at all. It's very humorous. It's taking serious subjects quite lightly, and it doesn't really intrude too deeply into one particular thing. The arcs, like the story arcs, are very short, and and it is really good because you don't have to be bogged down with the same kind of story over and over again. And I don't mind the genre switch, to be honest, because this is the type of genre that I read anyway, but usually separately with different titles. But this one kind of gradually from like a fighting genre uh to a family genre, like very specific. So it just goes from this solo leveling to I don't know what it is. It's like pet raising, and but it's okay. It's still good, and I really like it. And it just a heads up if you are wanting to go in there and thinking that it's going to be constantly fighting, like solo leveling, or so like Alcide, or where it just keeps going and it's just maintain the same kind of energy of just trying to beat the level that you're on, the boss, and then keep pursuing something stronger. It's not like that. It's kind of like got bored and then it switch up, and which is okay, I think. But that's my personal opinion about it. What the characters that I really like is Yong Yong. Of course, Yong Yong is the rat dragon, which is like the dragon overlord that the main character saved and tamed in the beginning of the storyline, the beginning of the manhwa itself, and he actually has become the main focus of almost at the forefront by the end of it. And I quite enjoy it. Like the main character seems like he's faded in the background a little bit, and the rat dragon it feels like there's a different bunch of characters that are gathering around the rat dragon, and they're focusing on that. By the end of it, I know that's probably spoilers, right? Which I don't mind. I feel like they're exploring like the characters one by one and focusing it one by one. There was like a little hints of like romantic storylines somewhere in the middle, but it never went anywhere, and which I find to be confusing. And I think there was a hint of like the adopted daughter having a romantic feelings towards the dad, which was a bit weird in the beginning, but that also didn't go anywhere. The family dynamic was quite weird because they keep adding like family members, like, and there's no explanation much. It's just like, okay, just more people. Um, but I don't care. It's like it's completely illogical. But I really enjoy this. I really enjoy this manhwa because it makes you feel good. It makes you feel like, yeah, you can fight the lord or whatever, but you still have to come back home for dinner. It's like I like that bit, like where the MC goes into the depth of hell, and suddenly, like, people at home they're saying like, "Hey, we cook a lot of things and good delicious stuff, but you need to be home by 7." So you have that situation where he would just look at this monstrous thing in front of him and say like, let's just get it over and done with, mate, because we gotta go home and have dinner. And I like that dynamic a lot, and I like that actually being stronger and stronger as the story progresses. Right now, I think in the 183 chapters, we are currently in the I don't know, in the mind world. So apparently there is a like I completely just dissociated when it comes to like the mapping of the world. I'm not really good with that. I'm not really good with names as well in real life. So I think currently there is a heart world, there is a mind world, and there is a central planes previously in the storyline. Right now we are in the mind world, like that's the universe that they're currently in and exploring. And yeah, so that's where we are up to. This is my manhwa ramble. I know it's highly incoherent. I know it's like, and I know like I'm just winging this based on passion. but I just don't have anyone to talk to at all ever since I was a child. So I think this is it, guys. This is my space to explore something that I've been doing ever since I was a child. At 41 years old, I'm finally talking about it, even though it's not organized at all. So yeah, so I'll be making a lot of this probably as I go and as I finish something or something that I quite like, and not just reading for the sake of reading, because what I've been doing, I just been dropping things if I can't continue, if it is not that good, if this I get bored in the middle of it. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just going to talk about things that I'm still following or actually read to the very end, and share with you my take or how I feel about it. Even if it's not a coherent thought process, it would probably show how passionate I am about it. So I'm going to try. So that's my review for My Dad is Too Strong. Is 4 out of 5. Pretty good. If you like the mix of fighting genre, ranking genre, um, and a little bit of Murim, a little bit of fantasy, and a little bit of a lot of family dynamic, which is that is very comfortable and happy and cheerful and everything and healing. Yeah. So anyway, that's it for today, guys. I appreciate it. If you like it, for this manhwa talk, I going to put it into a playlist, so you can just check out the playlist and follow the playlist. If you just want to ignore the other contents that I have, that's fine too. But I'll see you later. Bye, everyone.